What's up, guys? Daniel Elias fishing here. Welcome back to my fishing shack, and today I'm going to tell you the 7 essential tools you need in your boat when you go bass fishing. Now, I appreciate you guys tuning in, liking and subscribing like always. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think at the end. But I'm still healing up from my knee surgery, so I'm taking some time to do a few videos here at home. But let's get right into it. 7 essential tools that you should have in your boat anytime you go fishing, particularly if you're in a tournament. But really, these are going to be for any time you're fishing. So number 1 is a good pair of cutters to cut fluorocarbon and monofilament line. So these are just some Berkley Shears, little 4 or 5 inch shears that I'll keep in my boat down by the cup holder that I cut line with. I don't cut braid with those. When I cut braid, that brings me to tool number 2, which is actually these. These are Pitbull Tackle braided line shears. They will cut through braid. They cut through a unifilament like a nanofil or a fire line. I mean, like it's nothing. The line doesn't have to even be taut when you use them to cut line. They're that sharp. I would not recommend using these without a fluorocarbon shear. The reason being, these will cut braided line, like butter. However, if you start cutting fluorocarbon with them, it will dull them out, and I've learned that the hard way. So that's why I keep 2 pairs, one for fluoro and mono, one for braid. So item number 2, Pitbull Tackle line shears, braided line shears. And I'm going to link most of this stuff down in the bottom in the comments, not in the comments, in the description. So if you want to purchase any of these items, you can go ahead and do that, especially the Berkley items. I'll leave some links directly to the Berkley website. So if you want to buy that stuff, go ahead and go there. It helps me out, helps the channel out, helps Berkley out. But let's get into number 3, is a really, really good pair of split ring pliers. So split ring pliers are exactly as they sound. They're designed, they have this little hook on the tip that you can change split rings out quickly. So not only split rings, but treble hooks. So if you have a crankbait that needs hooks changed, I can change out a treble hook with a good pair of split ring pliers in about a half a second. So definitely you want a pair of good, high quality, kind of small split ring pliers. You don't want real big ones, like saltwater. You're not going to be able to get into those little bitty split rings. So get some good split ring pliers. Item number 3, standard pliers. So I use a pretty beefy one. I think this is like a 6-inch plier. This is made by Berkley. Nothing fancy here, but it gets the job done in a pinch. I mean, it has a little line cutter in it if you needed it, but just a good pair of pliers to unhook your fish. I really like these Berkley ones. I've used them for a long time. Give those a shot, but you definitely want those in your boat. Number 5 is going to be a hook file. So this one is a pretty simple one, has kind of a rough edge on one side, has a more fine diamond edge on the other side, but you never know when you real quickly need to sharpen a hook point. So definitely put a hook file in your boat. And if you see my buddy Tyao, he lets this double as a peanut butter spreader. So, he likes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He brings bread, peanut butter, and he'll dip that in the peanut butter and spread that all over his sandwich. I'm not suggesting it, but I don't hate the creativity. But get yourself a good hook file. Number 6, you want a really good pair of sharp shears, just some scissors, right? So nothing fancy here. I think these are Fiskars. You can find them on Amazon for, I don't know, 10, 11 bucks. But you want these. Mainly what I use them for is trimming back skirts. So occasionally I'll trim back skirts on spinner baits and bladed jigs and buzz baits and things like that, punch skirts. So get yourself a good pair of scissors, get those in the boat. Last one I'm going to give you, and probably the most important overlooked tool in anyone's boat, is a good pair of heavy duty side cutters. Okay, so These are made by Snap-on Tools, and I really, really recommend these. They're not cheap. Snap-on tools are expensive, but the reason why you want a pair of heavy-duty side cutters is because if you ever hook yourself, you want to be able to cut that hook or hook points off if necessary. So if you put a treble hook in your hand and you got two other points sticking out and you don't want those getting in the way, you can use a good pair of heavy-duty side cutters to trim those ends off. Same thing, if you need to push that hook through, you can then cut it off with a pair of heavy-duty side cutters or dikes. You don't want cheap ones here because, yes, they may work for small hooks, but what happens when you bury a 6/0 flipping hook in you? It's not going to get the job done. So I highly recommend spending the extra money, getting a good pair of Snap-ons. These are, model number on that is 87 ACF. It's a pair of 7-inch side cutters, the most overlooked tool that you need in your boat. So I hope that helps you guys. Those of you that are new to the game, just got a boat and need to add some tools in there, those of you that might be missing something, try those 7 tools. Check out the links below. If you got any questions, any comments, leave them down at the bottom. But I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you on the next one.